It's been a long... What's good, y'all? I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm filming and this is like a huge step for me because I honestly have not touched my camera in a very, very long time. But I'm not going to bore you guys with the details because I know what y'all are here for. DIY photo shoot! Anyways, you guys, so today we're shooting the album cover for my album EP Fun. All the songs for this EP are actually already out and have already been released on my YouTube channel via music videos, but I haven't actually released them on streaming services. So this is kind of me combining all 5 songs that I created last year and putting them into one project. And there is one special song which has been remixed and has a feature on it that will be coming out within Fun. So there is some new stuff. I drew out my vision for the cover. So this is supposed to be kind of like a 3D, kind of cool, like fun and me kind of coming out the background. And then I'm gonna have 3 clones here. So without further ado, if you know me, then you know first step is setting up the set because we're not sweating out our hair and makeup. Am I the only one obsessed with Used to Be Love by Miley? I mean, Used to Be Young by Miley Cyrus right now? Like, as long as... So as you can see, I've come to a completely different concept that looks nothing like the original concept that I showed you guys, but this is just how creation works. So I'm gonna go get ready. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, see my get readies with me where we have some girl chat.
It's 3 a.m. and the night just beginning. Pulling up to all dimensions of the
Yo, girl is red. Let's get some better lighting. Alright, so we're kind of playing around with the red light and a white light here. I think I want the red light to be lower and the white to be more on my face, red more on my outfit, and then we're just gonna play around and try some poses for the cover.
wealthy with riches, I'm seeing diamonds on sapphire crystals, gold bullets, low deco pistols, so luxury. How I missed you, manifesting all my issues. Do you hear someone coming? Es mis chicas en el coche con mi energía. Para todas dinero, tu cosa yo quiero. See it coming, moment we running, Not stepping down until I found out that I wanted them more. The shiny necklace I'll take.
Alright, y'all, it is officially a wrap to the shoot. So now we're gonna go into editing. Hopefully we have some good stuff to represent Fun. So Fun was supposed to be like this kind of colorful, cheery thing, but right now I'm definitely in like more of this action movie, like kind of darkness phase, but it's still like kind of summertime, but we're going into fall by the time this releases. So I'm trying to keep with my, like, I don't know, we're gonna play around in editing. I tried to make it like more party vampire vibes. I don't know. But let's edit. Alright, y'all, let's get it. So I have my photo that I took open inside of Lightroom now, so I'm gonna go into develop mode, add my favorite SP5 filter. I'll link that below so you guys can download that LUT for free. I actually kind of already like what it's doing. Hold up. I know I turned down the shadows like all the way because I wanted a bit darker shadows. I'm gonna lower the texture and the clarity. I like to do that to get my skin kind of glowy and give it that little kind of blur effect. I'm gonna leave the saturation down a little bit, and I'm actually gonna bring the contrast down a bit, and then I'm gonna go into my saturation specifically for my reds and bring up the reds, and then I'm gonna go into luminance and kind of bring down the darkness. So that's the light right there. So that's basically turning down the light of the reds versus the saturation is turning up and down the color pop of the reds. So that's pretty much all I did from there. You can add like a vignette in here if you really wanted to like cut out the edges, but I'm actually gonna do that inside of Photoshop because I kind of want it to be more specific. So I'm gonna go ahead, file, export, and jump into Photoshop. Alright, so I'm in Photoshop, so I'm actually gonna open a new file that's gonna be 3000 by 3000. So I chose 3000 by 3000 because this is the standard size for an album cover. So I'm just gonna drag and drop my photo in here. Alright, so I have my photo inside of Photoshop now, so I'm actually gonna drag it with my transform tool. So you can click this tool here. If you don't have tools, you can go to Windows and just make sure your tools are checked. And so I'm going to expand this a bit because I really want it to be the focal point of the cover. And so what I did for this, instead of filling in the background, I actually used this marquee tool here, and I just cut out the section that was inside of the background, and then I use my masking tool here, or it might be under here inside of layers if you don't have the new Photoshop, And so basically I'm going to take that and extend it some more. I chose this picture for the cover because I felt like I was having the most fun in my dark era. So from there, you guys, I actually right clicked on that layer inside the layers panel and duplicated it and then dragged it over, and I'm actually going to go to edit, transform, and flip that horizontal so that when I connect it to the edges it actually blends a bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my text tool, click on it to create my text layer. So once I click add my text layer, I'm just going to add the EP title, which is fun. Can use up here to change it to white if you don't have the shortcuts yet. Going back into my transform tools with that layer selected so I can extend the size, and then you can just add whatever other titles you want to add in there. So if you want to keep that same font look and also just make sure it's centered, you can press Command A to select all, and then with your transform tool selected you can now see these alignment tools right here, so that can kind of help you make sure it's centered. So if you want to add more text you can. Another thing I did was I actually added a layer of texture on top of this layer. So I just found this kind of grunge texture, and so I just drag and dropped it on top and changed the blend mode from normal. So it was normally like this. I changed the blend mode over to screen, and then I lowered the opacity a bit so it's not showing as bad. Hopefully y'all can't hear my dog going crazy. And then on top of the grunge I actually added a paper texture just to give it like a paper ish vibe. So this is the paper texture, and then I'm just gonna go in and use the multiply blend mode, and I'm gonna bring the paper down to about 90, so that just gives like an extra like kind of flair to it. Like if you really zoom in, it now looks like everything is kind of on a poster, which I really like. So that's why I like to add those textures and stuff. Alright, so last thing, I'm actually going to click back on this layer and create a new layer right here with this button. And I selected that area just because I want it to specifically be with my images. So I'm going to go to my brush tool. I'm going to make sure it's a soft round brush, kind of expand the size a bit. I don't know if this is too big because it's not showing me, but I'm going to click my colors right here, use the eyedropper tool to kind of match this outside color from the image, and I'm just gonna kind of paint over where you can see like that I flipped the screen. So that's how I created my album cover design, you guys, and I followed that same formula for the track list, as you'll be able to see, except I actually did keep the multiplied images visible. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait for y'all to hear the new songs and just all of the original songs that released last year, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for watching.
How much you got in the bank? I bet that dress costs more than everything I own. Ain't that great? It took too long to see. You took it all from me. Consider this a very gracious opportunity.